After lots of complaining, I've been told that I get to learn how to weld. Now, sadly, this has just come out after I've called Grid out for being a closet painter.
You got something right here. Okay. Better.
So, hopefully he's not too angry about that.
Go. I told Shane I was going to teach him how to weld today.
What's this for?
This is to get in the mood to teach Shane how to weld.
Oh my God. You have to do that today?
I told him I would teach him, and I'm kind of dragging my feet because I don't want to do that thing because it's Shane.
Well, everyone has to do some charity now and then.
I have a better. Would you like to learn to weld?
Me?
Yes, you.
Definitely.
All right. Change into appropriate clothes.
Okay.
Go up on deck. Let me know when you're there.
Okay. It might take me like another 20 minutes, so I guess
Shane can wait. We're good.
Okay.
Now, I have a reason to teach a welding class.
Well, I've been out here for about an hour and nobody's come out yet to teach me how to weld. I don't know where Grid is.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm in this class too.
It's a class?
Yeah.
I thought I was learning how to weld.
There's no I in team.
You don't even have gloves or a welding helmet.
Oh.
Zena, your gloves and welding helmet.
Thanks, Grid.
What are you dressed for, Halloween? You look like a welder, but you haven't learned yet.
Let's get to it.
I've been wanting to learn to weld for a long time, and it was good learning from Grid because he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's certified to weld. So he was a good teacher. I didn't expect Zena to show up, but it's fine. If it takes Zena learning how to weld so I can learn how to weld, that's fine.
I'm ready.
Of course you are. Ooh, he's never ready. It's only funny on the old school ones, you can still see. The first thing we're going to do today is we're going to teach our students how to run stringers. And all they are is just a short puddle, a little short bead, and they practice their technique. When they get their technique down, then we'll teach them how to put steel together. So let's get everything fired up and learn how to weld. So we're basically just running a MIG here. Wire comes out, it does its thing. You want to keep about 3/4 of an inch from here to the puddle. And your motion, there's a couple different motions you can use. You can use circle, pause, circle, pause, circle, pause, or you can do kind of a zigzag. Come off here, back up, hold, hold. Okay, these are the two basic for running stringers. Little red trigger right here. You pull it, everything happens.
Oh, okay.
Try to maintain your distance. Try not to go too fast. And I will run one. Then you each get to try it yourselves.
So going too slow is also not a good thing, right?
Going too slow is not a good thing. Going too fast is not a good thing. You just got to find that speed. And you'll see it in the weld when you're done. It'll show. You ready? Okay. Can you see the...
Yeah, mine turns black.
Yeah, this thing is, you might have to take this back in, Chris. Oh, Or we could be out of wire.
Wire? What's that? Yeah.
Thing from becoming a thing.
How do you put the wire in?
There's a significant issue with this MIG wire, and that is once you break it loose, you got to hang on to it, or it'll all uncoil.
Oh, shit.
It'll be all over the place. So this knob here goes on and off, and it's also your wire tensioner. It keeps back pressure on this so that it doesn't unwind like we were just talking about. Flip up, pull out. The wire has to go through this tube, along this edge, and in that other tube, right there, which is often very entertaining to try to accomplish. So we want our wire to come off this side. Okay. See how it feeds that way?
Yeah.
Set that there, hold this so it doesn't get away from us. Top, spring.
So when you're talking about the tensioner, that's the spring, right?
Yeah.
That holds tension on it.
It just keeps tension on this whole thing. You want enough to keep it from, so it doesn't backspin, but not so much that it has problems spinning. Just a little piece of wire in here. There we go. That should be fine. Y'all ready?
Ready?
See the pause? And that's kind of what it should look like. Okay? See, there's not a bunch of voids in there. Everything's kind of overlapped. Okay, who wants to go first?
Only been waiting here for an hour.
It was a short hour. Besides, I had to have breakfast.
I was gonna let her go first, but since I have been waiting for an hour.
You have been waiting the longest.
So, I noticed that once it goes dark, it's easy to lose reference.
How dark is your helmet?
Oh, you can change
Oh,
it?
here you can.
Here, let me have a look. So yes, you can change the darkness and the sensitivity. And there's your shade. You're on a 10, you should be on about a 9.
Okay.
For this, so you increase the shade as you increase the amount of amperage you're putting out because it gets brighter.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay. For most MIG, 9's fine. And we're going to take the sensitivity and make the sensitivity maximum just because it goes black faster. Now let's see if you can do better.
So, is there any other tip? Like,
Yeah, give it a shot. That's my best tip.
give it a shot. All right.
Give it a shot. You're going to learn by doing. About 3/4 of an inch. Okay? And go. A little closer. Move the tip a little closer. Stop there. You're going too far, too fast on the loop. Further apart.
Yeah.
So, you're going out way too far.
Yeah.
You're moving too fast. And you need to keep a consistent distance from here to here. Okay?
So, aside from, obviously, like I mentioned, lost reference, how does the actual weld look?
The actual weld
Yeah.
looks like you smeared it on there with a putty knife.
So it look bad?
It looks bad.
Okay.
You can actually go right over the same thing. So keep this reference of this line. See this middle right here?
Yeah.
That's your upper reference. And just, again, slow down. Don't go so far forward each time. And pause before you move forward.
All right, let's get this party started.
All right.
Wow, that was very professional. Hood down.
You ready?
Yep. Good. Shane,
What?
you owe me $1. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's much better. See this area here?
Yeah, I see that.
Nice.
That looks like shit.
Thank you very much.
Didn't even have to dance for it this time.
You get a dollar too?
What did I do differently here?
What
that
are you
changed?
putting
You
your
moved a
hand
little
out for?
Huh?
Well, here's the other thing.
Yeah.
Is you can kind of roll this hand a little bit.
Roll it. Oh, okay.
See it?
Yeah.
See, these are the tips right here.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, that's good to know.
Okay. And a little bit,
Too big.
a little slow
That's
here.
what I was
So
thinking
you got
when
a
I
little
was
bit
looking,
there.
but you were closer than I was.
So when you go too slow, it made the pile higher.
Right.
Yeah.
So you continue feeding material into this
Yeah.
the whole time.
I see that.
And then when you kind of got on line here,
Uh-huh.
and then you lost it on the roll.
Okay.
But yeah, literally you can do this,
So
and as you roll your hand,
Got it.
you
when
can
you say
maintain.
she
Okay.
lost it, you mean she started going too fast at that point?
She was going too far forward each time. A little bit.
Okay. My hand's getting hot.
Yes, your hand's too close.
Okay. Yeah.
You set up that way,
Yeah, I said it.
and I let you set up that way.
Yeah.
Now you've learned something.
I'm starting to think that I should get my dollar back.
Nope, because all of her beads look better than any bead you did.
But you
No
got to
pun
watch
intended.
mine first.
She did get to watch yours first.
Mine looks better.
50 cents.
Nope. The deal was she was going to do better than you. And she
Hey,
did.
it's
That
straight.
was the bet.
I didn't burn my hand though.
I didn't burn it. I just felt the
It got
hot.
warm.
Yeah, it got warm.
All right, Shane.
Oh
You wanna
wait,
go
no. You're done?
It's your turn.
That's it?
She ran her 3. Okay, run one more for me. I feel a little better about that overall. Yeah. Again, we can work on technique and the rest, but that's a better bead than you've been running. Okay, so basically you guys have the gist of this. So go find some pieces of steel and keep practicing. All right? Gonna go take a break. When you're done, come get me. I'll have a look what you got.
Okay.
All right?
I've seen wrenches laying all over this boat, and nobody said I couldn't use them. So why not put them to some good use?
So I had very good students today. Although Zena was a much better student. Shane struggled to get to the place where he got to, but he did finally get there.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
He needs like a mohawk.
I'm glad that that she used the wrenches. I was almost sure she was gonna get into trouble for that, but it's Zena. I would have gotten in trouble. But, you know, if she wants to make a, you know, three-legged mechanic out of a bunch of wrenches, I guess it's fine because it's Xena.
I enjoyed our little competition today, our welding competition between me and Shane. I think I had a little bit of an advantage though, because I've watched Grid weld so much that it came pretty naturally to me, and Shane had a little bit of a hard time and struggled a little bit. And it might have something to do with his height, but overall...
Hey! I'm right here!
I thought I muted you. Anyway, so it was a lot of fun, and if I'm going to learn welding from anybody, Grid's the man. So I feel like I really accomplished a lot today and gained some new skills. Thanks, Grid.
So early on, when I was teaching Shane and Xena how to weld, Shane went first, and I bet him that Xena would do better, and we bet $1. This $1 is going in their mechanic. Yeah, he lost it, and I'm giving it to one of you.
When I first found this ship, there was old rotted wood all over here. It was just a pathway for everything to leak into the ship. So everything would come off from the main decks. So we tore off all of the old wood, we chiseled up all of the rust, but a lot of the deck was completely gone.
The first thing we would need to do is clear the deck of years of piled up debris, and there was a lot. There were hundreds of feet of crusty old hoses and ropes that we needed to get rid of. Until we got rid of this stuff, we couldn't properly assess the damage on the decks. So we put some of our crew members on the task of cutting up these old crusty ropes and throwing them in the dumpster. Other members of the crew would start descaling all the rust in the gutters. Did we find holes? You're damn right we found holes. We found half the deck missing, so we started welding in the new gutters, getting ready for the next wet season. We would start by cutting out the compromised steel with a plasma cutter and creating an exact match of patches and giving them a watertight weld. You need a lot of metal in order to finish this back deck. Later we'll need to remove all of this old ductwork and electrical from under these deck plates. It's in bad shape and can't be saved. Nowadays we have about 3/4 of this deck repaired. Water intrusion is at a minimum, and the next rainy season won't hurt.
So far, all the decks underneath, we've welded new plate on. You know, rained a few times since then, there's been some flash rust or whatever, but we've cut out all the old plate and we've welded on new plate, and this is the newest sheet of steel right now that we're welding on. We still got a long way to go, but it's getting done fast. And this entire fantail is going to look like $1 million once we're finished.